Hello there viewer and welcome to the channel. Today we'll be reviewing the FNAF movie and going over some of its strengths and some of its flaws. In my opinion, the movie works best if you already know both the basics of the game lore and that the lore gets weird and confusing sometimes and that you just have to roll with it. I thought that the plot was good, but it was a bit slow and the main villain felt underutilized. He also had a line that was a bit jarring and was really only there to serve as a reference. The animatronics were very well made, but the kills were mixed quality, with some being well done, but others either being underwhelming or making little sense. Despite being a horror film, I did not find the movie very scary, and while a few of the jump scares were okay, I thought one of them looked pretty bad. The cameos were funny, but they were a bit jarring. Overall, I enjoyed the movie, but definitely had a lot of problems. I'd rate the movie a 7 out of 10, but I understand why some people might rate it a bit lower. As stated earlier, I think this movie's plot works best if you know the basic lore of the series going into it, mainly because it makes it easier to follow some of the plot beats. A few criticisms I have of the movie's plot are that it gets a bit slow at some points, and the table fort scene was a bit jarring, though I still enjoyed it. I also felt they really underutilized William Afton in the movie. Like, he gives Mike a job offer, explains the job, but Mike accepts it, and then he doesn't appear again until the end where he tries to kill Mike, gets shot, the shot somehow doesn't activate the spring locks, and then gets spring locked when the freaking cupcake attacks. They also have Abby, Mike's sister, place a drawing on the wall, which somehow results in the animatronics becoming good, which is a bit confusing. I was also a bit disappointed that they gave the cupcake the most kills of the movie, but outside these complaints I enjoyed most of the plot. I thought the animatronics were very well made and it was cool to see them in action. The cupcake moving looked pretty weird though, it just flings itself forward despite having no means to do that. Though this can be explained by it being supernatural. It still looks very goofy though. It just flies. Just flies. In terms of horror, the movie wasn't very scary. There weren't many jump scares throughout the movie, and the ones that were there weren't that scary. The jump scare with one of the missing kids was the worst one though, as not only was it not very scary, it just looked a bit weird. Just didn't do much. The scariest the movie got was the jump scare of the small balloon boy figures. I hope that if they make a sequel, they can improve in this department. There were a few cameos of well-known YouTubers throughout the movie, the most obvious one being MatPat, who you may know from his channel Game Theory, who played a waiter named Ness. The other cameos I recognized were the YouTuber Corey X Kenshin showing up as a taxi driver, and an Employee of the Month board which had a bunch of cameos on it. It was cool seeing them get to be in the movie. Also, the Living Tombstone being in the credits was peak. Overall, despite its many flaws, I still enjoyed the movie, though I think that works best if you got some prior knowledge on the series going in. I give the movie a rating of a 7 out of 10, and I hope that it does get a sequel and that they take the opportunity to fix some of the problems this film suffered from.